Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more Octopath Traveler 2. In the previous video, we wrapped up Cassidy's second chapter on the Psy side. Seems like it continues onward. So, I don't remember them doing this in Octopath Traveler 1. But as it looks like here, as you see, Ocheta has a chapter 2 here, a chapter 2 there, and then chapter 2 all the way here. I guess that's all for chapter 2s. Like, it's not like, oh, whatever one you pick will be chapter 2, and then these will change from chapter 2 to chapter 3. Nope, they will stay as chapter 1 or chapter 2, whatever the chapters are. That's a little, I don't want to say concerning, but interesting to me, I suppose. Because I don't remember them doing that in Octopath Traveler 1, which isn't a big deal if they did or didn't, but, yeah. Boy, and I thought playing Oswald's chapter 2 would put things into through a wrench into how I did things. Nope. All right, let's read all this stuff too, because we also did a I forgot what it's called, the Merchant's Opportunity. There's one right over here too that Particio has. Literally just saw it. The Scent of Commerce. So we did his second Scent of Commerce. So let's see what these do. Read a scroll to read. Demi-humans, a study. What? Demi-humans are creatures that resemble humans and yet are entirely different beasts. There are 8 major types currently known: the venomous ratkin, the reptilian lizardmen, the avian birdians, the amphibian frogians, the simian apes, the subterranean moles, and the feline cati, and the cephalion octopuffs. Demi-humans have displayed a prosperity for much higher levels of intelligence than monsters and are known to employ tools to some extent of their daily lives. And yet to this day, their origins remain shrouded in mystery. According to historians, they simply appeared one day as if by magic throughout the world. What the hell? On Kates. Kates are a skittish race, the most timid of all the demi-humans. According to myth, there was once a great war fought between humanity and the demi-humans. The conflict was long and bloody, but in the end, humanity emerged the victor. Through wisdom and foresight, the Kate alone sided with mankind during the strife, and this alliance won them a place within human society. Unfortunately, the clever and cunning nature of the Kate soon earned them the ire of their neighbors, and before long, they found themselves ostracized and cast out. Labeled as terrators or traitors by demi-human and human societies, the Kate withdrew from both to pursue and isolate lives hidden away from all who might do them harm. The smell of beloved, delicious catnip seems to be the only thing that can draw them out of the hidden places they call their homes. Or just randomly finding them. Octopuffs are the most independent of all the demi-humans, and are the only ones that chose not to participate in the mythological war between humanity and the demi-humans. They are known to prefer travel to battle, and it is said that they only stop their wanderings when their time on this earth is over. There are many superstitions surrounding the Octopuff. Their passion for travel and idealistic search for paradise has led some to believe they are symbols of good fortune. There are even rumors that only those pure of heart can encounter them. Of course, adults who have long ago lost that in the innocence of childhood can still employ cunning to improve their odds of encountering these rare creatures. Octopuffs favor small, dark spaces, and so the shrewd use octopuff pots to draw them out. Is that another type of rare creatures? I see that fucking gate to the netherworld. Bullshit. All demi-humans possess a certain modicum of intelligence. For example, ratkin are known to steal and employ human weaponry and clothing, and birdians possess the ability to craft primitive stone axes. And yet a burning question remains unanswered. Who fabricated the crowns and other ornaments that demi-human leaders are often seen wearing? As far as we know, the demi-humans do not possess the technology or art to craft such intricate accessories. More curious yet, both the make and materials of these ornaments are clearly not of human design. So where did they come from? Where, for that matter, did the demi-humans themselves come from? This is merely a theory without any evidence to support it, but perhaps those strange creatures hail from another world entirely. What the fuck? Am I finding like an overarching plot here or something? Guarding the town of Stormhail in the Winterlands is the Great Wall, a colossal construction that has long kept the town safe from external threats. A local legend states this massive fortification was raised in a single night by the gods themselves. Sturdy and strong, yet intricate in its design, it is clear that this wall is indeed a feat of engineering beyond what modern civilization is capable of. The legend of this wall continues thus. The Great Wall is merely one small segment of some greater fortress, and the central citadel itself lies deep underground. Many archaeologists have spent years attempting to uncover this hidden redoubt to no avail. More curious is the event that occurred some 820 years ago. An enormous cavity suddenly appeared in the Great Wall, though none know who created it or how. They are given the name of the Pit of Darakest. It was the catalyst for the conflict between the fallen kingdoms of Fajal and Dastashk. This struggle would later be known as the War of the Great Wall. Oh, the gate of the Netherworld. If you guys remember correctly, I believe that was the gate to go into the secret boss slash true final boss of the first Octopath Traveler game. That game, oh boy. Or not that game, but that fight, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The poet Kai penned this passage some 100 years ago. On an island lost in sea split twine lies a portal to an alien plane. Beware, be warned, ye fools who'd approach, for none shall draw near this gate encroach. When Cain first published this passage, it was assumed this island was a mere figment, the product of a poet's overactive imagination. However, in recent years, Kai's well-known history as an adventurer has come to light, and scholars have begun to debate whether his poems were not fantasy, but in fact the annals of his travels. A warning for you who reads this entry through the existence of a portal to an alien plane. Seems preposterous. We must remember that what seemed impossible yesterday became common sense tomorrow. Sneer at what you don't understand at your own peril, for one day you may find yourself on the wrong side of the truth. Is Kai... I believe Kai was the name of that side character that we helped in the first Octopath Traveler game. So, Octopath Traveler 1, Octopath Traveler 2 take place hundreds of years, wow, apart. That was just only one shelf. Oh my god. Okay. On weaponsmithing. There exist only 6 primary weapon categories: swords, polearms, daggers, axe, bows, and staves. They just read in the order. Actually, that is not an accurate statement. Bound by the rules of the Blacksmith Guild, the manufacture of weapons outside of these 6 categories is strictly forbidden. Why limit the scope of human imagination? Religion, of course. Of course it's religion, so it's religion. The 6 weapon types are those wielded by the gods, and they will tolerate no other, or at least that's the lie disguising the greedy truth. The fact is, it's much easier to monopolize the materials and techniques for arms production if you can limit what can be made, or so a little bird told me, anyway. Whatever the truth, this prohibition has resulted in very few wielders of whips, flails, and so on. Ooh. Actually, is there like whips and flails and all that stuff in other, in the mobile game of Octopath Traveler? I feel like there was like a whip or something I have seen, but I might be mistaken on that. I have never played the Octopath Traveler mobile game. I don't really plan to. But, because I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to like jump into a mobile game when it's like already been out for like a year or so, or stuff like that. I think, yeah, I think the Octopath Traveler game is mobile game's been out for a little over a year. Enhancement and magical weapons. Among the many weapons one may find in this world, some are imbued with magical properties. These enchanted weapons are both rare and powerful. There are 2 primary means of crafting an enchanted weapon. First sounds simple in principle, but is in fact quite difficult to achieve. Few craftsmen possess the necessary skills. Simply put, magic must be carefully folded into the weapon during the forging process. Second method is much rarer and hard to replicate. These enhanced enchanted weapons gain their powers naturally, their magic imbued over many years of use by a gifted wielder. Very few of these have been documented, and it is thought that only those with incredibly powerful wills can make these miraculous weapons spring into being. Okay. What is ornamentation? Literally interpreted, it refers to ornaments worn for fashion, like a big floppy garnish hat. This assumption is a common one, but it is in fact erroneous. The truth of the matter is the true ornamentation refers only to special jewels crafted by dedicated sacred craftsmen. Only a handful of leaders are permitted to wear these ornamentations, partially because many of them are imbued with unique magical properties. Prime examples would be an amulet that protects against offensive magic or a necklace that greatly increases the ability of its wearer. Unfortunately, the knowledge and techniques needed to craft these potent relics are slowly being lost, and the rarity is only bound to increase as the sands of time continue to fall. Battle tested. To the victor go the spoils, a long-standing tradition adhered to by those who live by the sword. The stronger take from the strong, until at last the day comes when the ultimate warrior and ultimate weapon are united. When a weapon has triumphed over countless foes, remain undefeated in the hands of a skilled wielder, it becomes what is known as a battle-tested armament. Nowhere it is written that these armaments must be master-worked weapons crafted by a renowned smith. No, these weapons are forged in the fires of battle. As they taste the blood of innumerable mighty warriors, they awaken to a greater power that dwarfs that of their humble origins. Interesting. More! The barred scene of legendary weapons passed down through countless ages. After untold thousands of fierce battles and stunning victories, they have acquired power beyond imagining. A sword that can cleave the sun, a spear that can pierce the moon, a dagger that can send all the stars in the sky tumbling down, an axe that can split the earth in twine, a bow that can transfix the heavens, a staff that can call upon calamities untold. Well, obviously, I guess it's the 6 weapons. Of course, it'd only be those 6 weapons. Of course, these are mere turns of phrases, exaggerations, no doubt. Still, very few know of the true power of the battle-tested armaments. Why, you ask? Because most of these weapons have long slept in graves beneath the soil. Divine weapons. In times of yore, the gods entrusted humanity with 6 divine weapons so that they could protect themselves from evil. The conqueror's sword, the warlord's spear, the dancer's blade, the lionheart's axe, the hunter's bow, and the spirit lord's staff. Did we see anything about these in the first game? I don't know. I feel like the, what was it? The Lionheart's axe, I feel like that was something I've heard before in the first game. I might be mistaken. It's said that each of these weapons has incredible power and that those who can unlock it will earn themselves the title of Arm Master. And yet the divine weapons were too mighty for humankind. Driven by greed and ambition, the Arm Masters soon began to quarrel amongst themselves. One by one, these artifacts were lost, and with them the skills and knowledge needed to wield them. Which I was recording. Still, there are some who remember. Among these learned few, it is thought that the rightful heirs to the secret of these weapons still reside in this land, passing their knowledge down through generations of chosen successors. Of course, this is more likely than not just an empty fantasy. Well, let's see here. The Conqueror's sword would probably go to... well, no, there is only 6 weapons, and there's 8 people. So... yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, we're all done with this one. History of grapes and plums. Grapes, delicious grapes. They heal the body while the tart juices of the plum revitalizes the spirit. These 2 restorative fruits are ubiquitous throughout the world. Yet there is a darker side of these unconscious-seeming treats. According to some myths, their cultivation was forbidden to men by the gods themselves. There are many tales why, but 2 stand out above all else. Firstly, the devilish liquid called liquor can be easily made from their juices, and the gods do not look with favor on those who drown themselves in drink. Second most widespread story states that they were prohibited because of how easily they could be turned to use as tools of war. Whichever these myths may be true, it seems that humanity has broken its sacred promise with the divine. What else is new? Lychee imports. The lychee, a succulent fruit from the outer continent that activates the latent power of an individual. Though its beneficial effects are well documented, it is equally well known for the difficulty of its cultivation. Many talented farmers and merchants have tried their hand at raising crops for lychee over the years, but none of their efforts have borne fruit. Meanwhile, a baseless rumor has long made the rounds in the cultivating community. According to some, the lychee must drink the blood of humans to produce its yield. This sinister story has been the curse of many tragedies, as unscrupulous folks seem to write their fortune in their victims' blood. Because of this, the lychee has earned itself an unpalatable appellation, the vampire fruit. Nut. Nuts, nuts, nuts. The fruit of certain trees with a hard shell concealing nutrient-rich meat and seed within. Nuts are enjoyed the world round as foodstuffs. However, not all nuts are created equal. Those harvested from some wild trees have powerful effects that are proven to enhance a human's abilities. Scholars have classified these as rare nuts and have poured blood, sweat, and tears into cracking the secrets of cultivating these precious products. Yet little progress has been made. It seems the moment that cultivation is attempted, the nuts lose their spiritual properties. The mystery remains unsolved, and so these nuts remain a highly sought after and prized commodity. People go nutty on nuts. Concoction is the process by which two or more materials are mixed together to craft medicine. Legend states that it was Dother the Charitable who bestowed this holy art upon humanity, yet the truth is more impressive by far. Generations of healers have, through trial and error, discern the medical effects of plants, seeds, stones, and more. They mixed, brewed, and ultimately tested their concoctions upon themselves, a testament to humanity's bravery and sacrifice in its pursuit of knowledge. Concoctions, however, is not simply knowledgeable of ingredients' properties. No, a skilled apothecary must know how to judge a patient's symptoms and measure the correct amounts to treat their ills. As such, any apothecary able to simultaneously mix 3 ingredients is a master of their craft, and any who can mix 4 can be considered a genius. Though it is not impossible to mix more than this number, this monumental feat is also unheard of. Damn. Principles of the Soul Stone. Soul stones are items which, when subjected to a significant enough physical shock, can unleash effects equivalent to certain spells. Though the exact process by which this occurs remains a mystery, it has long been hypothesized that they are stones that have been imbued with the power of spirits. Recent studies, however, have given rise to a new theory that has been gaining traction among the learned. According to this theory, soul stones are the crystallized remains of a magical potent monster's corpse. If this theory is true, it may become possible for us to artificially mass-produce mighty soul stones in the not-so-distant future. The question then becomes, to what use will we put this power once it is in our hands? Though I'm excited by the possibility, I also find myself terrified of them in equal measure. Yeah, no shit. Herbs and their uses. There are many afflictions which can plague a patient, and each requires a very specific herbal remedy. Confusingly enough, the herb used to treat all the standard gauntlet of ailments is the same: herbweed. This useful herb's effects can vary greatly depending on how it is prepared. Taken in one sense, it shows how precious this magical plant is. Taken in another, it shows just how simple the human body's makeup can be. As a side note, emberd can also be used to add a bit of zest to cuisine. How grand! Not only can it speed someone along the road to recovery, it can speed them to the dining table as well. Alright, oh shit. I thought we were done. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had a package delivered. Okay, the origins of bottling. In the arid desert lands of Hinoanime, having a good water bottle can mean the difference between life and death. The bitter store and preserve every last drop of precious liquid, the people poured much effort into perfecting the art of bottle crafting. Among all the many types of bottle, these crafted by the small Recon clan are the finest. Manufactured through secret methods, they are unmatched in their lightweight construction and durable frames. Fortunately for the Recon clan, their monopolization of these secrets earned them the ire and jealousy of other clans, eventually sparking a bloody conflict. Nevertheless, what the Recon clan lacked in military strength, they made up for the brutal cunning. The victory became assured after they hit upon the idea of filling their bottles with poison and flinging them at their enemies. It was thus that the defensive material art known as bottling was born. I like the music. Very nice soft music. Beachling foodways. Beastlings are uh, tenacious hunters known to stalk their quarries for days on end. Their vocation requires not just skills of tracking and feeling beasts, though, but preserving the meat of their prey as well. The earliest developed method of preservation were simple. Salting and drying are easy and effective. Eventually, however, tired of the same old fare, there were those who sought tastier techniques. Lava steaming, saltwater tenderization, underground fermentation, all these and more were passed down among the beastlings, and over the centuries this led to the development of unique culinary cultures. Nowadays, in the kitchens of new deltas, most fashionable bistros, famed chefs find inspiration in the beastlings' innovative methods. Etymology of leaf as currency name. Oh. Herbweed, a miraculous plant required to craft every variant of healing herbs, is discovered revolutionary medicine and has saved innumerable lives, earned the epitaph, the plant of the gods. Unfortunately, herbweed is notoriously difficult to cultivate and only grows native in a few limited regions. Because of this, as the apothecary art advanced, so too did the value and rarity of this irreplaceable ingredient. Eventually, this caused its price to spiral out of control. To curb its growing problem, various lands put ministers or lords in charge of overseeing herbweed production and trade, and soon the price of each precious leaf was fixed. This stability eventually led merchants, commoners, and nobles alike to begin using leaves in place of other currencies. Despite disputable though this is widely believed that the origin of leaf as common parlance for currency originates from this time. Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck did that have to do with that? Oh, this is part of the history of all the areas. Southwest Solista, where the desert sands stretch as far as the eye can see, and yet hidden among this barren dunes is an oasis, a strip of semi-arid terrain running north and south along the river lands. Here the soil is fertile and barley and corn can be grown in relative abundance. Countless wars have been waged over the water and resources of this region, and not a few kingdoms have risen and fallen in place over the centuries. It is here that the legends of Princess Hinokagura, the conjurer goddess, have survived and been passed down. It is these tales that lend this land its name, Hinoyuma. In the eyes of the desert sits Sai, a fortress city once known as the Orochi Bastion, once held by the fortress of U. It was taken by Ku 2 decades ago. Northwest of this can be found Ryu, a well-known traveler stop where information from all across the world eventually settles. One might be surprised that so many blistering short names like Ku and Yu are common to the desert region. Locals say the potency for brevity is because the longer the mouth flaps, the more sand flies its way in. But the truth of the matter is unknown. I mean, I think that's a good way to I think that's a good way for the I lost my thought. Northwest Solstice is a barren wasteland, a blistering expanse of volcanic rock that resists even the loneliest blade of grass. Few brave souls who eke out their existence here have long suffered the sulfuric whims of Phytosturo and its unstable neighbors, and yet life always finds a way. Among the rock and stone dwell the glot and unusual large breed of goat who subside on the merger fare of local weed. Unlike other goats, they exceed bovines in their capacity for producing milk, grow fleets more suitable for cloth than sheep, and even produce extraordinary flavorful meat as well. In all matters of livestock, they outstrip the competition and so have become known as jewels of the wastelands. The cheese product produced from their milk is especially scrumptious and has become a local specialty. As a final note, the volcanic soil conceals a wealth of valuable minerals. Many small mining towns have sprung up here, including the southern town of Orush, established by silver merchant Pap and Rock. Hey. That's nice. History of the Leaflands. Western Solstel is home to the small lakeside kingdom of Timberan. Surrounded by great sweeps of variant forests, this land is rich in natural resources. Thick woodland loam provides fertile ground for agriculture, and the seemingly inexhaustible supply of trees fuel industries such as lumber and paper manufacturing. Small village of Corpdale is famous for its raspberries and peaches, and its fruit pies are widely known to be especially scrumptious. That being said, the rural settlement has an abundance of peach-centric cuisine. Peach jam, peach juice, peach salad, peach soup, sautéed peach, fried peach, peach pilaf, steamed peach, to name just a few. Some might say Copdale has an overabundance of peach dishes, but that's simply because the locals just can't decide on a favorite. In the south of the area, one can find the town of Wellgrove. Though it has grown wealthy through the brisk trade of the resource-poor desert regions further south, the disparity in wealth this has created is the seed for careless conflict and turmoil among the border. Whew, we are getting a history lesson here, and I don't mind it, but do not worry, I will be doing some of Cassie's second half of her second chapter. History of the Harborlands. Southern is the home of some tracts of twisting coastline along which one can find the bustling port of Calbrine. During the age of exploration, roughly 100 years ago, ships launched from this town's piers would discover the sea routes that lead to the eastern continent. Calbrine's symbol is the colossal lighthouse which guides ships from all corners of the world safely into the harbor. Erected roughly 20 years ago by creative engineers who fled the destruction of the U, it boasts a unique design. Special ore was polished to a mirror sheen and fashioned into a reflector plate, and the light emits can supposedly be seen all the way to New Delsta. Today, Calbrine's church is an important launching point for proselytizing and evangelists who come from the eastern continent to spread the teachings of the sacred flame. Which I still find bullshit with this religion, but well. I think this religion is somewhat okay, but there is definitely some foul play within it. So, there's that. History of Totoha. Southeastern Solistia is dominated by an ocean dotted by countless islands of all shapes and sizes. The largest of this is Totoha, which was first encountered by continental pioneers 20 years ago. In its western reaches resides the Beastlings, a petite people with fluffy tails. On the east of Totoha lies the town of Chopuhopu, which was established by the first continental pioneers to settle on the island. The harbor town's proximity to New Delta caused it to be developed as a resort for the wealthy. In addition, it produces many luxurious goods such as delicious coffee beans and now serves as an important stop along the trade routes between eastern and western continents. Since ancient times, the Beastlings have long referred to the northern of the two islands as Ha-Ha and the southern as Toto. However, ever since a local festival celebrating the bonds of family and the prosperity of the entire Beastling race was established, the names of both islands have been combined to one, Totohaha. Oh. History of the Brightlands. Eastern Solista is an urban region home to the continent's largest city. Blessed by warm sunshine and a pleasant climate, it soon became known as the Brightlands. Agricultural abundance caused the region to flourish, and people flocked here in droves. Wealth soon followed and development soon after. Before long, buildings like theaters and game parlors were erected to entertain the ever-growing crowds, and now the light of the civilization shines as bright here as the sun does overhead. At the center of all this lies the Brightlands' beating heart, New Delsta. Established approximately 50 years ago by immigrants from the former kingdom of Delstash, the people gave this new home a name that honored their old. Finally, east of these lands can be found Clockbank, an industrial center that has prospered ever since the age of discovery. Whew, okay. 3 more. Jesus. Northeast Solsta, a land of mountains and hills, perched high on top on Stony Peak rises Alfric Cathedral, the center of the sacred flame faith. Adherents to this religious tenets have worshipped the sacred flame that the cathedral houses since time immemorial. An ancient record dated 1,500 years ago makes mention of the sacred flame's veneration continuing since the misty days of the past. Even though the bitterly cold winter at century previous, the flame continued to warm the hearts and souls of all who visited. Both name and spirit, the sacred flame and its church are the divine lords of the land. At the base of the cathedral lies the small town of Flame Church. Though its population is small, the townsfolk have a good living providing for the crowds of pilgrims who travel here to visit the cathedral. Winterlands. Northern Solasta is a frozen place of snow and ice. Its capital is Stormhail, a monstrous city that houses the Sacred Guard. Established roughly 380 years ago, the Sacred Guard once was the brainchild of Archbishop Kinkler after the cold snap that assaulted the eastern continent in the previous century. The Order established its headquarters here. To this day, this holy organization mission remains unchanged, to uphold law and order across the continent. It's said that Stormhail owes its existence to this guardian, Glacius. Residing on the sacred peak Alathe, it is through that Glacius put an end to the cold snap that nearly spelled doom for all who lived here. Travel towards the coast and you will find the fishing town of Cape Cold. Great hauls of salmon, trout, mackerel, squid, and more are brought in almost daily. In addition, many whom dwell here work in agriculture or textiles, and lately a hardy spices of cold resistance barley has caused quite a stir. Interesting. And now the outer continent. The furthest edge of the four corners of Solasta are detailed on no maps, called the outer continents. The reason why these vast stretches remain unexplored are many. Immeasurably high mountains and deadly currents, to name a few. Of course, in my opinion, it is less the difficulty of the task and more indolence that has left these areas uncharted. Think about it for a moment. Ku is at war with some unnamed kingdom or kingdoms to its south. Immigrants from some unknown eastern local walk the streets of New Delsta. Fruit from the west and textiles from the north are smuggled into our lands within abandon. The unknown is a place of magical appeal to me. What sights are there to be seen across the horizon? What strange music, what surprising smells, what fascinating spices and cuisine to tempt the taste buds. All these drew my curiosity, but more than that, all offer unimaginable opportunities for a merchant with business savvy and healthy wanderlust. I hope the leaders of our lands move quickly to pen maps of these mysterious lands on the outer continent. Outer continents. A poor name for a universe of possibilities. We are prisoners of a tiny cave called Solastia, satisfied by shadows cast by a light that storms in from out of the walls which confine us. Damn. Ooh. That was a big-ass old history lesson there for you. God damn. Did not expect that to go as long as it did. Shit. I guess the closest one would be at Cape Cold here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do when I get to that town, I'm going to change Particio out for Agna, however you say her name. Because in that, well, then we lose our ability for bows. God damn it. And it's so rough. There's not a good... Unless, of course, there is a... Unless, of course, there's a... Another class name there. I guess you never know. Okay. If actually the Scholar... If the Scholar class is up there, then I will change it to... And then I'll take Oswald out for him. And I'll probably make Agnia a Scholar. And then I'd probably make Particio the Inventor. Oh, I see. Speaking of, there is a new class up here somewhere. We haven't saved, so let's save.
Are you my next patient? Here goes.
My next patient.
Here I come.
My turn.
I need a plan.
We need a plan.
Fire.
Fire. Burn.
I'm just getting warmed up. Take this.
Now it begins.
Not well.
Not well.
My turn.
Yeehaw!
Now then. Fire. According to plan.
You never fail to impress, Oswald.
Not well.
Yeehaw!
I guess I never tried the staff.
What to do?
Might be with staffs. I think dagger is the only thing above bows
Prepare
that we
yourself.
haven't tried.
Very
Yep.
effective.
Yeehaw! Take this.
Here I go.
So I've tried axes, tried swords, tried pole arms. I think the only thing that's above that is
A week.
Fine work, Oswald.
Bring it on. Maybe next time.
maybe next time. Okay. Oh no, it's 3,000. Okay. What the? Altar of the Scholar King. Well, I do currently have Oswald with me. Will this count, or is he not a worthy scholar yet? Chosen scholar. Unto thee I grant new power. Nope. He's able to grab it. Teach. What the hell does that do? Grant a single ally your attribute raising effects for 2 turns. Don't you already have something similar to that? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. I mean, I guess it depends on how does it work. Like, if my attributes get raised at any point while I don't know. Alright, who is this? If this ends up being the scholar, which it just might be. There are only 2 things in this world. Truths that have been discovered and truths waiting to be discovered. Alright, who are you? Is this your first time here? In that case, welcome to it is the Scholars Guild. Okay. Here, anyone with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge is received with open arms. The fact that you journeyed here is proof enough of your insatiable intellectual curiosity. Allow me to give you a license as proof of our fellowship. Alrighty. Ancient Sentinel cores are an excellent source of magical power, but research has been shown that they can only be attained from specimens untainted by the elements. Once you have collected the required number, you shall receive proof of for your scholarship. Almighty Soul Stones, those that contain energy from all the elements, are exceedingly rare and can only be obtained from elementals. Collect the required numbers and you shall receive further proof of your scholarships. This seems like I need to steal shit in order to get them. Well, there we go. So, warrior and scholar, or warrior and invent. You know what? Warrior and scholar, because the scholar only gives you the staff. And then, I'll make what's her name, Agna, when she comes. I'll make her into a.
You are a poison that must be purged.
Yeehaw!
Yep, there it is. Ah, dick.
Now it begins.
Aimed at the wrong person.
Thinking time.
Thinking so.
Fire. Burn.
Here I go.
Here I come.
Whoa, time out.
Whoa, I'm out.
Thinking time. Fire. Broken.
My turn.
You're broken.
Prepare. I'll end this. My son.
Calculations complete.
Calculations complete.
These hands. Forgive me. So yeah, I will swap in Agna for Oswald. Yes, we will lose the ability to learn of the character's weakness. So by the way, I'm actually gonna teach him that skill right now. I just realized. I mean, you gotta learn 6 of them, so I gotta learn 3 more of them in order to get that ability. But hey, there's good. That's good news. There we go. I had just enough for it.
Okay. Get in there and start Cassie's Winter Bloom. And start Cassie's thing. Well, I guess that explains how there's like, I'll show you. That's right. I had business here. How there's like some of these things right here, how there's like multiple silhouettes. So I guess that explains it. Maybe there's some characters eventually they'll be like, oh, there's multiple chapters for that character, like, or multiple segments of their chapter. So, all right, let's start Cassie's Chapter 2, Winter Bloom route. Following the clues she discovered in her treatment log. Yes, this is the exact same thing. Oh, so this is Winter Bloom.
According to my treatment log, I've been here before.
The one time that I don't think I had it on.
I have no memory of that visit, of course, and yet I am at ease here.
It can't be.
It can't be.
Casty! Casty, is that you?
What's all this ruckus?
She's back! Miss Casty is back!
Casty? No kidding?
Welcome back, dear. We were all hoping to see your face around here again.
Excuse me, but you recognize me?
Huh? What are you saying? How could I forget you after all you did for us?
Oh, forgive me, but I have lost my memories. I came here in hopes of finding something that would jog my memory.
Well, we'd all be happy to talk your ear off if it helps.
I guess I'll hold off. Ango loves cooking and eating. She especially loves working with limited or leftover ingredients. Though her flavors are absolutely divine, her presentation could use work.
That was very helpful.
The young boy whose boundless energy carries him out of doors at all times has absolutely zero interest in books or toys, preferring instead to play his favorite game, inventing new ways to play. He may never run out of ideas.
Thank you.
Hunter, farmer, manufacturer, and merchant. He packages the meats he hunts and the vegetables he grows into preserved meals. He then sells wholesale to the towns and surrounding villages. He had hordes wasting food, preferring to use even the stalks and roots of his vegetables in his meals. Ooh, that's actually really nice. I can't do anything with you yet. Okay. A hunter who once let a major injury fester for so long it left him bedridden. Casting narrowly saved him and made sure to give him a nice long lecture on the perils of procrastinating once he recovers.
Thank you.
Cassie discovered this woman with a malignant tumor when she visited the village as part of the heir's apothecaries. She fortunately found it early enough to treat her and avoid a major health incident.
Thank you.
A woman utterly exhausted from taking care of her ailing mother, Cassie's kind counsel helped her gather herself and see her mother off this mortal coil. She's been passing on Cassie's advice to other caretakers ever since. Ah, damn.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Just say the word, Miss Casty. I'd be happy to chat for hours.
Though, come to think of it, Lady Rosa was the one closest to you.
Rosa.
She's ruler of these lands. You'll find her in her manor in the northwest of town.
Thank you for all your help. I'll go see her at once.
Travel banter. Oh, perfect. Well, no, I'm actually going to get rid of Oswald. Oh, shit. Yo, you're one lucky apothecary. Maybe, but I figured the person who dropped it was in a bind, so I headed over to the local magistrate. Heh, that's nice of you. Hope it finds its way back to its proper owner. You mention of luck remind me, but when I stopped by the tavern the other day, the barkeep started whooping and shouting, said I was their 1,000th customer and gave me half off on my drinks. Tarnation! Luck herself must be watching over you. Perhaps. Lately I have the strangest feeling that something is watching over me. Ooh. Who or what could it be? Okay. Hey, we've got some people here. Hidden item.
Thank you.
Easier inquiries.
Thank you.
Well, let's see if I can, let's see if there's anyone else that has anything first before I decide on keeping, before I keep your girl. Nope, okay. You know, for now, I'm gonna keep Oswald in until like we get his thing. And then maybe I'll swap afterwards. Winter bloom.
That was very... That was very...
Item. So many hidden items in this place. Alright, talk to you. Don't know why I didn't see that beforehand. I know I could use a bit of a heal, but I think I'll wait till I get Particio in.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go. Let's go to where we need to go. I'll pick up these after we're done with the story portion. Oh, and there's this sense of commerce right here. Which, again, that's something I might take on afterwards. Thieves' quarters. Oh, that's probably where I gotta be for,
That was very helpful.
Thornay when I do this part for her.
Thank you.
Alright, what's going on? What's the hip haps?
Oh my! If it isn't Casti.
This person seems to recognize me as well. I apologize for the sudden intrusion, but I would like to request an audience with Lady Rosa.
Word of your coming has already reached us. This way, please.
Okay. Can I inquire anything about you? I can acquire you. That's all I can do. Butler to the Glenvine family who oversees the town of Winterbloom. She has followed Rosa like a shadow since her ladyship was young. Though a woman of few words, she has served Rosa extremely well over the years.
That was very helpful.
You'll find Lady Rosa's chambers on the far end on the second floor. All right. Hello. Oh, you are not sounding good.
Ah, Casti. Good to see.
Please be at ease, Lady Rosa.
Just Rosa will do. No need for formality between old friends. So it's true. You really don't remember.
There's time for that later. You need medicine.
No need. I already have some. This is the medicine you prepared for me.
It is?
Dozens of apothecaries saw me before you came. They all declared me incurable, a lost cause. But you were different. I owe my life to your fortitude and skill.
Oh. I'm glad to hear I was able to help you. Would you allow me to examine you? The medicine appears to be slowing the disease's progress, but your entire body is showing signs of mild paralysis. At this rate, you won't last another month.
I'm aware. Only a few grains of sand remain in my hourglass. Yet, I wish to live just a little longer.
Rosa.
Mother, I brought your medicine. Casti? It's me, Malia. It's been so long. I've gathered balm leaves from the herb garden every day, just like you told me.
Garden? What garden?
The one you planted for us, for Mother.
A garden? With the right herbs, I may be able to craft a special elixir for Rosa. Would you show me to this garden of yours?
It would be my pleasure. The garden is next to the house. I'll go ahead and unlock it.
Ah, sweet little
Rest
baby.
easy, Rosa. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Casti, how is Lady Rosa?
I won't mince words. She doesn't have long. Nevertheless, she's fighting with all her strength to hold on.
Aww.
Lady Rosa suffers for the sake of her family and her legacy. Malia is still a mere child of 11 years. In the laws of our land, she cannot inherit her mother's estate until she is 12.
Oh, well then what happens?
If the lady perishes before her daughter comes of age, her lands and her title will pass to her next nearest kin.
Oh.
So Rosa wants to pass on her estate to Malia. That's why she's so desperate. I'll do everything I can for her.
I hope we can
promise
fix
you.
this.
I'll see that Rosa's hopes do not crumble around her.
Damn. Okay, there definitely has to be like some kind of travel banter here, right? I've already tried Partitio. I feel like Temenos or... Really? Okay, well, let me see. I mean, I highly doubt that's going to be the case, but let's see if there's anything inside the house. Okay, no. It doesn't, okay. So it's not these two. Let's try Ocheta. Is it Ocheta or just Ochet? I think it's just Ochet. I don't know why I keep saying Ocheta. Nope. So let's have Oswald and Edna for now. And that is actually going to do it for this part of Let's Play Octopath Traveler 2, guys. Because we've gone on long, and I want to apologize for that. It's mostly because of our history lesson, but I honestly think that was really good. But yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you liked about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what did you think of this story in the Winter Bloom so far? It's very interesting in my opinion. I'm quite curious to see how this plays out. I wonder if she got sick or if her treatment's not going as good as it should be because maybe some foul play is involved or something. Who knows? We shall see. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. As go to main channel too, that's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RPG Team Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.